And really thinking today we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 409, where we decided we're just going to do things out of order because we're the boss of us. And it's going to be favorite things today, favorite things. I am going to give a shout out that I fully understand we're in July, we're in the third quarter, need to get those prompts out there. Also need to get the second quarter drawings done. And we are now 2 self-stripings behind. So next week will not be an official Prize-a-Palooza, but there will be a lot of drawings next week. So yeah.
Noted.
And it would be a lot to fit into this week, especially with us kind of recapping ZK. So I made I'm the boss of us executive decision when I had the realization light bulb moment yesterday. And also Ashley Wimpy, who we did an interview via ZKN with, sent her book. So I want to do a book review as well. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm plotting what's going to be the first make out of that book.
Okay.
So yeah. But we survived another zombie apocalypse.
Yes, we did. The new location was beautiful with those big bright windows. I saw a lot more knitters enjoying themselves in our spaces instead of seeking the natural light in other parts of the hotel. So I really thought it was a great experience. I know that the vendors appreciated having a little bit more setup time, and you'll see from what I bought, it all went really well. And so it was a good time.
I've heard lots of positive feedback. All of the designer showcases and classes and bingo and 5K and Vincent knocked it out of the park, right? So not only was the space awesome, but the people that filled it were also amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
The food was good as well. I heard a lot of positive, like that dip, like if we could have just made like sandwiches with the, is it artichoke spinach or was it just spinach? It was artichoke.
I think it was spinach artichoke. Yeah. Cause it was a green.
Yeah. I was like, I really missed my opportunity with that dip. But yeah, no, it was, I agree. It was a little warm when we were out at the yarn trucks, but that was also really fun. It was really fun to like be walking out of the hotel and see a big sign, like, off in the distance that said yarn. It was like, we want to go there.
We're gonna be figuring things out. I know that we've come up with a lot of back and forth ideas. We even have like a thread of a theme for next year. We have a few feelers out for speakers already. We're ramping up already. I saw somebody wanted a 2024 excitement thread. I'm like, hey, I might start posting that because I am getting excited for next year as well.
Amy, no rest for Amy. That's what I thought. I was like, she's like right back into it.
Well, I think I really enjoyed last year having our speaker and our theme really early, right before we announced everything. It just really helped hit the ground running. I really appreciated that last year. So I thought, okay, if all I can do is submit a theme and a speaker before we get to our launch of the signups, I will be a happy camper. So that's what I'm trying to do again this year.
Yeah, it feels like it gets you started with some momentum at least, right? Yeah,
for sure.
Excellent. Well, okay, so a lot of ZK, a lot of ZK enabling and awesomeness. I was sharing, I feel like I oscillate. There will be a year where like I wander into the market and I'm like, this and this and this and this and this, and this was not my year for that. I wandered in multiple times. I really do wonder whether or not the Fangirl Fibers folks were like, is there something wrong with Megan? Like I just kept going in there and I would pick up like a Bulbasaur skein and be like, oh, maybe this needs to be a sweater. And then I was thinking, I was literally wearing a green sweater that I had just knit, right? And I was like, no, maybe I should go out of it. And yeah, I just had indecision. And I know a lot of people that were, a few people that were on ZKN last night were talking about how the market was, they're now watching Beth's like sweater quantities be paraded on Instagram, which is so fun. I love that.
Amazing.
And they're like, why didn't I do that? And I'm like, it can be overwhelming, even if it's not your first year, right? But if it's your
Yeah.
first year, it can definitely be overwhelming. So we'll let you talk because you've got you've got the majority of it, but I do have some picks a few picks that I came home with. So
Well, absolutely. And I didn't want to haul all of it. As you can see, I'm not in my house. So I wish I had a chalkboard at my house, but I don't. Uh, I'm going to start with this beautiful. I think that this was one of my first purchases before the market even opened. Un Besito. I keep looking at these little cupcake box, beautiful creations every year, and then I never buy one. But this one, because they're called snack packs. Beautiful packaging. If you buy them in the mail, she ships them in a special box so that they don't get crunched. Perfect gift. But I bought the fall pack. Look at all those fall colors. Aren't they beautiful?
they are. Oh,
Yeah. So love Dana, love this. And I know that I have a sweater's quantity of DK from a sale that she did. So that's probably going to be on my on my knitting for fall, as well as these wonderful minis going into something. But that was that. And then we had a lot of new vendors. So this one is from Cashmere and Coconuts. It's in this really pretty bag. But I know that the bag won't show the colors. Oh, no, this is knotted. It's a fiber braid.
mm-hmm. Pinks and blues and purples.
Yeah. And a little bit of brown and tan in there in the middle. It's going to be really pretty to be either its own thing or just a color work part in something. But
what fiber is that?
This one is a non-superwash merino.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've heard that gives a good spinning experience.
Yeah. So then the next one is from Supernova, which is also new, but look at this.
Oh, sparkle overload.
Yes. She had a handful of these braids near the checkout, and they had, she also had sparkle that wasn't quite this, but this was the blingiest of blingy fiber.
That scummy green with the sparkles in it just gets me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's a 10, but the names in that Supernova were real
yes.
fun.
Yeah. I heard many of people talking about the colorway names from Supernova.
Yeah. And then just a theme to pull out some of our new people. I have knitting lizard fibers. So this was a yak yarn.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought it kind of in this neutral color because I have a couple different skeins from Tanya that are yak based. That look really good together.
Grello,
and
yeah.
And then I have a really beautiful blue from last year. So I was like planning, like, oh, this will go with those other ones. So this one's from Berry Fun Yarns, and then Knitting Lizard. So
I really like that combo. I of course see a Musil burrow, but when you add in your blue, it becomes something bigger than a Musil burrow for sure.
I don't have anything from Fangirl Fibers because
she saw me wandering around holding yarn and very kindly gave me this fabulous blingy bag that says, in my defense, I was left unsupervised and the yarn store was open. which was ironic that I was carrying it around since I wasn't out of my mind, but it's a very fun bag.
Yeah, and I heard her say that there's gonna be a new saying on those bags coming soon. I don't know, maybe Rhinebeck. I'm not sure when soon is, but I thought, oh, that's fun.
And
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and if you see her at an event, she often has a beautiful sweater on a beautiful man that you can take a picture with at Rhinebeck. I took a picture with Ryan Gosling.
We had Pedro.
Yeah, and she had Pedro this year, and that was the one, like, Ellie wandered into the market, was like, let's take a picture with Pedro. So I have like one picture with Ellie from the ZK market where we took a picture with Pedro. It was a moment. It was a mommy daughter Pedro moment.
Yeah. So what I bought from them is some progress markers and those little tips that go on the ends of needles. She had ones that look like the little cloud from our from people who didn't submit a picture. It looked just like that cloud. So I had to buy them.
I didn't coordinate that with her when I made the badges, but
no,
that's fine.
But I found them and I was like, well, I gotta buy this. It'll remind
little smiling clouds, little smiling clouds.
Yeah. For sure. So then let's see. Willen Sinach was new to us. So we have the kite tails was our show colorway. Yes, look at all those beautiful colors.
It's coming. Yours is a little less blown out than mine.
Okay. But
the
yes,
greens,
beautiful colors.
The greens get me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think mine are pretty accurate.
Yeah, yours are. Mine look like iridescent. Yeah.
But yeah, super fun. Love all the show colorways. I saw her announce another one for July retreat, and I'm like, I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm just on the new vendor train here. Might have very little of the people that are tried and true in my purchases, but I got Get Bent's Farm.
So fun.
So this is a Clun Forest. So then I heard that this is a sheep, shave 'em to save 'em. Like, so it's a rare breed sheep. And it's really squishy and I like it a lot. And then this one's a Corriedale and Merino blend. Yeah. And I just, I was picking out kind of unique fibers, I think, from this year. I got some yak. I got some, fibers that were new to me, or not fiber, but fiber dyers that were new to me. And then these guys were special. Corriedale's not necessarily new to me, but when it's, anything that's not merino is just super interesting to me this year. And then getting back to some people who've been with us before, but this was a new fiber. We have the Cosmo Cash lace. So I don't do well with the alpaca fluff that a lot of people put into their garment. And what is that? That's Surrey alpaca fluff. And we found this beautiful cashmere, combed cashmere, that kind of reminded me enough of it that I'm like, ooh, I could make one of those sweaters now. And have it be okay for me. So I'm excited.
Brianda enabled us, right? She was like, have you seen this? And we were like, no, but I think we need it in our lives. So yeah, it's, I don't feel like it's as fluffy as the alpaca, but I also feel like it will be a good stand-in, right?
Yeah. Well, and then there's that plume, I think, from Magpie that's a cashmere. Like, I don't own that, so I can't really compare it. But
it's very similar to this. It's, again, I feel like it's not as fluffy. And then you and I several years ago got like the 100% cashmere from why can't I remember who it was? It's lace. I just caked it up for a sputter that I'm going to make, but haven't cast on. It'll come to me. But yes, like it's kind of in that family, right? Like it is a very much lace weight. It's not like some of the fluffier stuff where it's going to feel bigger.
I said true. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not familiar with them because I can't knit with them. So I'm going to trust you. That one. And then another thing that I got was some hand spun from 716. I have a feeling that this is going to be a tradition, going in there and finding a hand spun. This beautiful orange was just like, oh, it's going to be in a yoke for sure. So I'm excited to find something that goes with this to make a lovely sweater. And of course, it's going to have to be one of our 2024 vendors so that I can count it.
I got in there. I got to the truck not late, but the 5K, right? I have to pick up I put up all the signs, then afterwards I pick up all the signs, and then I truck back. And nobody on the yarn truck wants to smell me after I run a 5K and walk a 5K, basically putting the signs up. And so by the time I got there, Jenna was like, "Yeah, it's pretty picked over," and I'm like, "That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I can let people have some of the." Maybe if I love it enough, I should start doing it myself, right?
And then I have the last of the yarn here to show. I only brought the baby. Is the Lotta base from Queen City. So that was launched at our retreat. It's this beautiful sport weight Rambouillet, which is my favorite. And Janice had a Traveler, which is what I want to make out of this, in their yellow chartreuse color. And I got to try it on and I was like, oh, sold. So I looked up what it would take for me to have one in my size, bought this beautiful teal. And so you will see me I bought enough to make the hoodie. So you might see me with a really comfy hoodie there. So I'm super excited. And then last but not least, I bought myself a bag.
Oh, I love that.
So it's Beautiful Sister. I only had one of their bags this size with rainbows on it. And this print landed on their Instagram maybe a couple months before our retreat. And I was like, I need that. So as they were setting up, I saw it in this size and I was like, that's what I need. So it was also one of those really early purchases. I wanted to make sure I got it before they got rolling and sold it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So
that one goes home with me.
Yes, exactly. And then this color, this tealy color, just seemed to be like, my theme. Like it was a blue teal. Everything that I was attracted to had at least a little bit of that in it this year.
Wow.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's
you
all
also
I got
from Cashmere and Coconuts. I saw you when we met up for coffee the other day.
It's my bag.
Yeah.
It's my purse. Hold on.
Okay. It's like, so I know you have it there. You're using it right now. Yeah.
So it's a little plastic tote from Sweden. And yeah, it's very durable. I haven't noticed any like bruises on it yet or scratches. So it's holding up really well. It's my everyday purse. The stuff does just randomly sit in there. But my knitting is usually smack on top. So it's covering up all the important bits like my wallet and my keys. But yeah.
And it stands up on its own. So it's not like it's falling over and things are toppling out, right? Yeah. But that same color.
Yes. Some lights it looks very teal and some lights it looks green. Like like a forest green. It's strange, but love the color.
Yeah. In addition to the things that I got from similar vendors from you, favorite things, again, we purchased these, but our Black Pearl Magic custom printed vinyl with the fun yarn ball, hot air balloons, and ZK 2023. There's no doubt when I look at this where it came from.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I gave the theme Shayla, and she created that beautiful print. And so if you see somebody with that, it came from us. It's very exciting.
Yes, absolutely. Love, love, love it. Also fell in love with Yarnaceous is one of our goodie bag yarns. That again, it slays me on the she put the little us on the couch on there, dyed exclusively. So yeah, this was her ZK colorway for 2023. And I'm going to make something with this, a sweater of some sort, as it were. Super excited about that colorway. And then the rest came from the yarn truck. So I found a speckle. I've been making speckles with, or more of like this is a deep speckle, like a variegated plus speckle. Some of the speckles are here, but this is 716 knit off of her yarn truck. And You Girls Are My Kind of Superheroes is the colorway name. I figured this would be great with like a navy or a good contrast there. And then I walked up and I had this skein of self-striping. It's her HXC. And I was like, is this a new colorway, Jenna? I really love this. And she's like, no, that's an oldie but a goodie. In fact, I think you've bought it and you've made something out of it. And I was like, no. Like, how did you do that, Jenna? A, and B, I doubted her, but went back and sure enough, I have made some socks. So I think this will be not socks. Maybe a Muso burrow.
Maybe.
But it's the outlawing of human triangles. And I think what threw me off is that the orange is a little less bright on this rendition of it 10 years later, right? But Jenna like knew I had made something with it. Yeah, it's super fun. I just can't believe that she did that. Like A, that I wouldn't remember, but B, that she but you knit long enough, you're going to end up picking up some of the same color.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you like what you like. You just like, oh, drawn to it.
I do indeed. So yeah, that was in addition to kind of our matching ones and being enabled by similar people in the market, those were my purchases. I have been doing a lot of stirring of my stash. Some needle adjacent projects of sweaters. I'm really excited. I have a 3 colorway set that I want to make Park Williams's Jet Set pants out of. So not linen, they're going to be merino. So it'll be an interesting experience. But yeah, I've got a lot of plans. Like if you could see my yarning table now, a lot of plans. I was enabled and excited and by my current stash and by seeing everybody, right? It definitely gave me many, many doses of mojo. So
yeah, no, I agree. And I had kind of the opposite. Like I went back to my long forgotten whips and I piled them together and put them on my couch and said, I'm going to return to these. So instead of looking to the future, I kind of looked to the past to re-engage with some projects that I set down before the ZK Frenzy. And not that they're not from our vendors or have a connection to the knitting community. Honestly, they do. It's just that they were started before January 1st. So
yeah.
Have some lovely cashmere from Jeanette Sun Valley Fibers. And I want to be able to knit that up. And I'm knitting it with a gift that was given to me by some lovely individuals. So I want to return to that. The thing that I was trying to get done before the retreat is now making progress. So I want to finish. Plus I'm also doing some, what is that? Not downsizing, but I'm trying to track my ins and outs. And believe it or not, I put in all of the ZK yarn that I bought and I only went down -7. But to knit myself out of that is going to take some time, because that means I have to get out 21 skeins of yarn before I can buy any more.
Yeah.
But that's the goal.
Yeah, no, it's again, it just I love how it infused. So to wrap up all of those favorite things, I love how events, it doesn't have to be our event, although I do love our event, don't get me wrong, kind of infuse our what we do, most of us do every day, with just a little bit extra excitement, right? So jump on ZKN and, chat with people that you've just hung out with, or some of the yarn that you've bought reinvigorates some of what it's good little boost, right? Like, not that we ever take it for granted, but it's a good reminder of, like, this is why we are passionate about this. And definitely love our people. Always my favorite thing, the people.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye, Ufta. I know you have to run.